happiness?
Together we've been through a lot with all the tragedies and everything that's happened, but I know that they'll be there no matter what, and it's just nice because they can celebrate in times of joy. Like we win a soccer game and I know my whole community is sitting up in the stands and cheering us on, but at the same time, if I need a hand, then someone will be there to help me up. So
What kind of emotional state would you be in without your community?
I'd definitely be lost without the guidance of the people around me and the support of my teachers and parents and friends and everything. And honestly, I don't think I'd be the person who I am today or in the mental state that I'm in.
How has your community brought you happiness?
My community has brought me happiness because it's just like a nice place to go to school and they're always like there for you during hard times.
What kind of emotional state would you be in without your community?
I just don't think it'd be as nice as like a place to go to high school and like without people there's really like nothing to do. And they help you get through like when our friends died and stuff, like community helps you like grow.
How has your community brought you happiness?
We're really close. Everyone's nice for the most part. A lot of cool people, and I really just enjoy the vibes that our community sets off, you know?
What emotional state would you be in without your community?
Probably pretty good, honestly, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like I do alright on myself, but I don't know. We'll see.
What about the support for your plays?
Oh, that's terrific. Love it.
From the Father of creation, yeah, yeah. One love, what about the one love? What about the let's get together?
How do you think loss of community sent the boys into chaos and why?
Well, you see, it's quite simple. They were used to living a life bound by the rules of society, and then they get lost on this island where there's no rules and boundaries, so they just go crazy.
Nice. Do you think loss of community sent the boys into chaos and why?
Yes, I do believe that loss of community sent the boys into chaos. I believe this because, the loss of community, once they started splitting up into separate tribes, really just drove them to insanity for power and greed, power. And then they, that there was a lot of loss.
Cool. Do you think loss of community sent the boys into chaos and why?
Yeah, it was like a loss, like distrust of the community, and then it all just kind of broke apart, and then they started killing each other. Yeah.
I wanna try to be the person you want, the person you need. It's hard to conceive that somebody like you could be with someone like me. I'm happy.
How did community bring Oscar happiness?
Well, actually, the community helped Oscar come to the acceptance of the death of his dad, and they helped him along the journey.
That is true.
Has your community ever helped you in a dark time?
I, Jordan, don't have many dark times because you know me, but I've had some people in the community help me with homework. They've helped me gain knowledge. They have helped me get on the right track to success.
Community equals help.
Yes.
How did community bring Oscar happiness?
Oscar went around to all the people named Blacks in New York City, and they shared their experiences with him, but he also shared the experience of his father dying with him. So that brought him some happiness.
And how has your community helped you in a dark time?
Well, I was trying to get my Eagle Scout, and the community provided me an opportunity to do a community service project that I then took up and was able to get my Eagle Scout.
How did community bring Oscar happiness?
It helped him to do something while he was grieving, and it gave him like a task to do so that he could get over the death of his father.
How has community ever helped you in a dark time?
One time when I was really sick, a bunch of my friends brought over like some cookies and stuff. So
for the rest of my days, I'm happy knowing that you are mine. The grass is greener on the other side.
How did loss of community change the girls' lives?
Without community, the two girls were forced to interact with each other, which eventually sparked a friendship between the two of them, which helped them.
How did loss of community make the girls' lives so dark?
It made their lives dark because Rashid would often beat them, and that's not a good thing.
How did the girls' lives change when they lost their community?
They had nowhere to run.
And then how did the girls' lives get so dark with lack of community?
To run. I don't know.
Sometimes life can be deceiving. I'll tell you one thing, it's always
During my time at West Lynn, I lost my best friend Taylor and two great friends Antonio and Cooper. This was a tough time for the entire community. Personally, along with many other friends, I had a hard time with these losses, especially with my best friend's suicide. Without my community, I wouldn't have been able to pull out of such a dark place. Having a community that had been through these losses helped me in that I had their understanding. As opposed to a stranger, my friends saw how deep the pain went without me trying to explain. They were dealing with the same loss that helped with the feeling of being alone. In the sense, we were on a similar path to healing, so it helped prevent me from losing myself in a dark place.
For tomorrow night you see that they'll be gone too many